Welcome back to the Center Podcast. I got my co-host Mark here.
Yeah.
I am Victor. How's everybody feeling today?
Good.
I'm glad to see it, Mark.
That's
it's just
up.
us again.
I know.
You're stuck with me. I'm sorry. What can you do, you know?
Yeah. It's okay, though. I'll get through it.
Don't sound too upset about it.
Never sad. Only up. Only up from here. Great feelings, great vibes.
To the moon.
To the moon and back. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, you know. Had a great time last week with our guests and also being a guest, you know, with
True.
the Clash homies.
Yep.
It was doing
Shout
their
out to
thing.
them.
Not sure if it'll be uploaded yet, or like by the
Yeah.
time this comes out, or if it is or isn't, whatever. But y'all gonna know. It's gonna be in the description on their end.
Yeah.
Ours will already be posted last week, so this is this week. Here we are.
So,
New week, new life. But Mark, you said you had a story that you wanted to tell me, but like you were like, should I tell it on the podcast? I'm like,
Oh,
see it.
it was just
I didn't
about
know.
how my weekend kind of went. So I went to a day club, and it was a pretty fun, interesting night. I had got there kind of late, due to the fact that I had work, sadly. But hey, somebody has to, hand out those drinks and those oversouls. So
Of course, you know.
so that had to happen.
Who's gonna take care of Adam Sandler if you aren't there?
Exactly.
You guys are boys.
Exactly. Basically, at this point, Yeah, so if you guys haven't watched that snippet of it, it was like, so
It'll be last week, so it'll be out, you know.
So y'all will see it,
It's like the first couple minutes. Go check it out.
Exactly. So I had to show up late. So I was at one place. We were at Johnny Walker's. We were there for only about an hour, so maybe like 45 minutes. I had to get my thing going. I had to get turned as quick as possible because
Yeah, you had to catch up.
everybody probably already, in their mood. So I was like, all right, let me get my drink. First of all, I was a little pissed off because the bartender there was like a really fucking dick. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if I could, I would have really probably jumped over that shit and socked the shit out of him. Yes. Like, if I had like really looked at him with the face like, yo, motherfucker, that's the sound that would have came up. Cause, bro, yeah. That's what I had. Somebody would have to came and do that.
We have a soundboard, guys.
Bro, he was just kind of like ignoring me and like literally taking almost everybody else's drink. Like, I was like, bro, I'm next. And he's literally just over here looking at somebody else like, yo, what do you want? And I'm just like, I literally like flagged him up like, bro, like I'm next. Like, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, I'm gonna get you after these. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And then another dude had came back behind the bar and he took my drink and I was like, okay, thank fucking God, because I was really about to say some shit because Bull was really just acting like a dickhead and I was really about to like really snap on him. And he was doing the same thing because I was with Edwin and he was trying to get him to say something, like get his attention too, and Bull was like trying to ignore him the whole time too. And I'm like, yo, like what the fuck? Like all we acting for something very simple. Like I don't get what the fuck you're like. This is your job to take drinks, right? Like why don't you take my fucking drink, you dick? Anyway, got my drink. That was whatever. Then I took like 3 shots while I was there. That shit was nothing,
Light.
Shit. I was in my mood. Anyway, that's besides the point. That was a good time there, for the time being. And then we had went to another bar, which is Tango, which is literally about maybe like a 5-minute walk from there. Went
Dancing?
there, huh?
Do a little dancing.
Yeah,
Little tango dancing.
I was just doing a little, just.
Why is it called tango?
I don't know. It's very interesting why it's called Tango. And it's also owned by, I think, like Asians. So it's kind of like...
Asians can tango.
I'm not saying they can't, but I don't think Tango originates from...
You're gonna offend a lot of Asians, bro.
I'm
You're saying
not saying
Asians
they
can't
can't.
tango?
I'm saying where Tango comes from. Is it from Asia? At least I don't think so if it is.
There's gonna be one person who's like, well, actually...
If it is, then it is. Then shit, okay, damn, I learned something new, But if it isn't, then, I mean, that's kind of where I was going at. Anyway, we got there. We got to a little back part of it. Edwin's cousin works there. He's a bartender, so he knew us, and he was just like, what's up? Gave us some drinks.
You asked, oh, no, this is a different place. I was going to say, you didn't ask him about the asshole, but that was a different...
Yeah, it's a different one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was cool to be in this place. I'm like, I know there ain't no asshole fucking bartenders here. Anyway, so the funny part was that when we had just got there were some people at a table, and they had all these drinks on the table or whatever, and I don't know, like, it ended up getting emptied out. Like, people started leaving, and there was one boy who ended up leaving. So then next thing you know, I see them like taking like all the drinks that were on the table away and taking them away or whatever. So we're just like, all right, bet there's like all this space here, whatever. Now we can kind of chill. We weren't like sitting down or anything. Like, we were still standing up kind of close to the bar, but we just saw that there was more room instead of people being all like sitting in the chairs, kind of being like dumb close. So we were like, all right, it's cool. And so next thing you know, there's a boy that comes back and he's just looking around and he ends up tapping me. He was like, yo, bro. He was like, where the fuck all my drinks go? I was like, I don't know, bro. I looked back and they were just taking that shit. He was like, yo, what the fuck? He was like,
wait, yeah, like bottles or just like
bottles. Yeah, bottles. And he was like, bro, he was like, what the fuck? He was like, bro, I walk away for like 2 seconds. I come back, all my shit gone.
Did you see who took it?
It was like the people that worked there. Like,
I thought you were saying like some random man.
No, I'm not saying random people took it. It was people that worked there. They were just clearing it out and shit like that. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, I don't know. I was like, 1 second I see like there ain't nobody here. Next thing you know, I see like the girls, they started taking it away. He was like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
what kind? Like, do you see what it was? Like, was it sound like crazy?
I don't know. I know he had like maybe like 3-4 bottles, and I was just like, damn. He was like, bro. He was like, then I had these niggas coming over here. Like, I guess his homies. He was like, how's that look on me? Where I have my niggas coming, they ain't no drinks here. I was like, bro, I don't know.
Being a bad host.
Yeah, I was laughing because Bull was just venting to me, and I don't even know Bull, and I was just cracking.
Was it like a what or?
No, he was like maybe like if anything like late 20s maybe,
okay.
If anything like that. Bull had like all these chains on. That you see it so much when you go to the club. You just see a bunch of guys with all this shit. But it was just funny as shit because I was just like, bro, who is this guy? No, but Bull had like this like big ass circle, like shiny as shit, and I'm just like, bro, what the hell? But it was just funny as shit because like Bull was just venting to me about all this shit, and he kept saying like repeating himself. He was like, bro, like I can't fucking believe it. I fucking walked back and there ain't none of my shit's here, and I was just like, yeah. Then he ends up getting on top of the table trying to flag who behind the bartender, like yo, like where my drinks at? He was just like, what? So he called up one of the Bulls, and he was just like, I guess he was saying that they took it away, but they still have it. And he was like, oh yeah, like bring it back. And he was just like, all right, we'll bring it back. Brings it back, and supposedly it's like one bottle that's empty. He was like, bro, like one of these fucking bottles is empty. He was like, yeah, it was empty when we got it. He was like, bro, that shit was full when I had it. He's like, nah, it's empty. He was like, fuck it, just give me the fucking bottle. And I was just like, yikes, like I don't know what's happening, but yeah, that was pretty much the gist of the night. And then that one was trying to do the crate challenge, but those crates were
they were different. They weren't exactly like
those were flimsy ass.
That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't. One, they were longer. And they looked like he took a step, and it just.
Yeah, I tried to kind of see what it would be like before the video was recording, and I was stepping on. And I was like, bro, my weight is way too much for this. Like, I was like, nah, this isn't happening.
Anybody above the age of 6 is too much for these crates.
I was gonna break my fucking foot through that, so I was like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, oh shit, that wasn't even all that happened that night. I totally forgot. So then we I forgot where we went to get cheesesteaks.
I think it's the place that
No, we never been there.
No? You sure? Because
positive.
In my head, I remember I don't know if I seen that somebody tagged the location or
it was
I noticed the area.
I put it in my story at one point.
But in my head, I was thinking is that the place? Remember when
we went to South Philly? Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, it's not there? Okay.
No, it's not there. That's what I thought you were.
I'm happy that you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I knew. It wasn't there though. It was another place. I just can't fucking remember. Pete's. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Something. I don't know. We went there though, and I'm over here. I ordered my cheesesteak. You know,
what was the order?
It was just very cheesesteak, fried onions, cheese whiz. That was about it. I wasn't
classic.
I was kind of just feeling it, so I wasn't trying to go all too crazy.
What's your usual order? I never asked you this. What is your usual
cheesesteak?
Yeah, what's your?
I usually just probably get salt, pepper, ketchup. I get fried onions, cheese whiz, and then maybe mushrooms. You know,
free pool.
Maybe put some, sweet peppers in that joint. You know? Because I never really used to do that much, but since obviously I like more of that stuff now, I've tried more of that stuff. I'm like, why not put it on some of the things that I usually really like a lot and just see how it tastes? Because some people get all the the works on that joint, put everything on there. And
but
I'm just like,
to me, not to go super off topic with you. We'll get back to your story. But to me, especially shit like that, do you even taste what you're eating anymore? You know what I'm saying? When they put so much shit into one thing, it's you just tasting mush.
Yeah.
It's closest thing that I think it works with is a burrito, where I feel like you can still taste everything. You get a little bit of chicken, a little cheese, a little rice, a little bean. But with shit like that, or even you ever see Instagram food where they just take it to the extreme for no reason.
Put all this shit in there.
And it's just you don't even taste what it is anymore. Or when they'll make it and then show them eating it afterwards, and it's just
all this shit combined together.
This melting pot of just guac, sour cream, ranch, cheese, hot sauce, for whatever reason, hot Cheetos, they always incorporate it somehow.
Cheetos, I don't know.
And then whatever the base is.
Yeah. So that's usually what I do, kind of depending on like how I'm feeling, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And just depending on like, if I want to. So yeah, I just got a regular cheesesteak. And then I was just sitting there waiting. And as I'm waiting, I'm just like, man, it's taking. It was like kind of packed. They were like behind and shit.
Bars probably closing. People were calling and whatever.
Yeah, so we were kind of like they were behind, and I was waiting. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I just hear one of the guys in the who's working there. I'm guessing he's an owner. He's like one of the owner. Like he's the owner there. He just starts yelling, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
About what?
So that's what I'm saying. He starts yelling. Next thing you know, he's just like, get back to fucking work. He's talking to another fucking person that's working. He's like, I mean, get the fuck back to work, you fucking junkie. He's like, you better fucking make those cheesesteaks. Out of nowhere, he just grips Bull and like pushes him against the fucking like big ass freezer that they have. He just pushed him against it.
And you see all this from like the order window?
Yes. And he just like throws him onto it, and he Bull falls to the floor. And he's like, don't fucking like ever say that shit. You better fucking go back to fuck work, you fucking junkie, all this shit. Bull gets
Did he look like... Not
really, no. Like, I didn't want to assume or judge, like, be like, oh yeah, he definitely, he didn't really
probably
look
fucked
like
up because probably like maybe he's recovering. And
that's what I'm saying.
Like, you an asshole for that.
And yeah, that's what I was figuring was happening. That Bo was just trying to get a job. He gets a job,
get his life together. And
now because he's upset, and I don't know what exactly he was upset about either. Like, I still can't really think of what it would probably be. Maybe he was like. I think it was because I think I heard like other people talking that usually go there and probably know them like frequently saying like, oh, it's probably because they're like backed up and shit like that, and he's probably like taking forever or shit like that. So I think that was maybe the reason why or something.
You don't gotta come for his life struggles though.
Sure. I was like, what the fuck? And like Bull's just like getting up and he's trying to like explain himself and talk to him like in a like, turn man. He was like, no, how you guys just shut the fuck up and just go back to fuck work, make your fucking cheese and like and then supposedly I heard too that there was another Bull there that was his brother. And there was another guy. I don't know who the other guy was exactly. As far maybe another coworker. Yeah, I don't know. But it was his brother, Bull about same height, maybe a little bit shorter, whatever. But first of all I want to say is that the Bull was husky. Like
the guy that was getting gripped up or the owner?
The owner.
Okay.
So like... And the other,
he was about it.
Yeah, and the other Bull who he threw, obviously called a junkie, like, he was just kind of like basically like just like me, regular size, So I was just like, at one point I was like, bro, why don't you just kind of like, fight back, a little bit. You're gonna lose your job, but maybe just like
I would already been ready to quit. If you just start cursing me out, call me a junkie, I'm gonna just leave with a bang. I'm just throw some cheese in this minute or something. I don't know.
I was gonna stand up for yourself, but then at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, like Bull was screaming. Like when I mean to tell you, like he was already lost. Like yeah, he was lost. Like there was no return.
Red.
That's why I was like, bro, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So the other Bulls, they try to calm him down, trying to push him away, and Bull's just still like ignoring them, like still trying to just like look at the Bull he was calling a junkie, just like just curse him out and all this shit.
He saw red. It was no.
Yeah, and he was just all like that, and people were trying to calm him down and everything like that. So then skip a little bit forward, just like maybe like 5 minutes later, or whatever. They have him a little bit more further back away from him. And talking to him, and out of nowhere, I'm looking at him yelling at his brother, and he just slaps the shit out of his brother. Bro, remember the fucking slap contest we watched? That level of a slap, bro. Bull had his head cocked after he slapped him, bro. Like, yo, I was like...
Because the brother was like arguing with him or like defending him or something?
I guess, yeah, just like defending, trying to calm him down. Just probably, I couldn't hear what they were talking about really, like saying to him. But most likely it was just a calm down or probably like just like, just tell him like, yo, like chill out, like bro, like go outside or something and everything like that. And bro, he just slapped the shit out of his brother.
What happened? Like it just got quiet or like?
Yeah, like everybody was like, oh shit, bro. Like everybody else thought we were just laughing, like, yo, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, I'm just trying to get my cheese steak.
Yeah. You can't complain. You gonna get slapped.
Niggas getting slapped behind the fucking counter. And I'm like, yo, what the hell just happened?
Yo, where my order at?
That's your order.
It's like, cheese remember that one like meme video? The guy's just like slapping everybody at the party. He's like all little kids and shit. He just looks at like a little girl's like, bro, that's the owner.
When we looked at it, we were just like, bro, we ain't never seen anybody get slapped like that. Like Bull really was like
pimp level slap.
And Bull
powder came out and everything.
Bro, I was like, no way. He just let him. Bro, I wouldn't fucking say, whoa, let's go outside, bro. We outside, bro. Come on. But That shit was crazy. And that was probably the last bit of my night that was probably just like, what the hell? But yeah. I feel like every time I go out like that, it's always something, you know?
Was the cheesesteak good?
No. No, it was not. No, it was not. It was not. It tasted like rubber, if I'm being honest with you.
The bread or the cheese or the meat? What was...
It was kind of like the meat, I guess, yeah. Like,
is it like you had to like...
Yeah.
It was like slabs of meat, not really chopped meat.
Yeah.
I prefer chopped.
I do too.
I prefer like only exception to that is Steve's. But like Pat's, I don't like.
But I feel like as long as I can bite into the meat and actually like, you know, rip it with my teeth to actually take the bite, then it's fine. Tender, like if it's a good like, you know, tenderness to it. But if it's just not cooked enough,
just fighting with it.
You're fighting with it. That's what it is.
You take one bite and the whole thing comes out with it.
At that point, it's like, no, that's just terrible. And I felt like it wasn't really to that level, but it was like kind of like that. And I was like, this ain't it. Like, I was eating it and I was just like, I didn't even finish it. I was like, I don't even want the rest of this.
That's why I prefer like pizzeria. I mean, most of us from here do like pizzeria cheesesteak because they chop that shit. It's very rare that you get like just a big ass
because you think about it, a lot of time those big name places that make cheesesteaks, it's so packed they probably don't even have enough time to be doing all that shit. They're just like, oh, this is kind of good enough. Let's just like some do obviously. But
gyms be doing that.
Oh yeah,
but gyms, we was in that one gyms and they were just hitting us with like I don't know if you remember, they were just hitting us with like oil and shit as they was chopping them. Just like
the one on South Street, right?
Yeah, I think that's the only one that's left. No.
Yeah, the one that's left. Yeah, I know there was the one down
in Common.
Down the Boulevard. And there was that one that they took that one down. So sad times, but yeah, I love gyms just because I feel like it's so authentic the way they make it and everything like that. They be yelling at you too. What you want?
Huh? Ting 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 ting.
Right.
It's like
fried peppers, cheese whiz, sweet peppers.
Where it is? Oh, cheese whiz.
Where it is? We hear where it is. What you mean? This where it is. The food's here.
A leper.
No, a pepper.
That was bad.
Oh man.
Yeah, throw one of these in there. We'll get better at it. It's okay.
Yeah, that was kind of like my weekend. That was just Saturday.
That was your Saturday?
Yeah, nothing really happened like Sunday or Friday. I just worked and went home after. Yeah.
That's good.
How was your weekend?
Not like that.
Yeah, no one's getting slapped?
Nobody was getting slapped.
No one's complaining about bottles being missing?
Nope, didn't have any of that. Nice. I did see Shang-Chi though. Did you see Shang-Chi yet?
I didn't.
It's pretty surprisingly good.
I know people were saying that it's pretty good, and I was like, oh, that's very relieving because like again, it's a whole new phase of like movies. It's a
good was it like
segue, I guess, or lead into
origin movie, I guess, like to explain his situation. It was really good. Okay.
So I guess you would think of it as almost like a Black Panther, just because like it was like the first movie, and it's like, you know, it was a good staple for what it was. And
it is important to like everything else.
Exactly.
So you need to see it.
Yeah.
But I will say, good movie. They did a shitty job like promoting it though. Really? I feel like
they did a pretty good job.
After it came out.
I saw it a lot.
Like after, I feel like once it like week of or like after release, you see a lot more commercials of it. But like leading into it, only if you were like a diehard, I feel like you knew about it.
Okay, so that's the thing. Because I was going to ask you, I was like, do you follow like the Marvel page? Because if you do,
I see. Like, I mean,
I was like every day. I was like, okay, I get it. It's coming out.
But like for it to be a huge success, like for example, like Black Panther, like even if you didn't care about Marvel, like people showed up for Black Panther.
100%. Yeah.
Because it was a big like also cultural thing, and same thing with Shang-Chi for like the Asian community. I feel like it was another big cultural thing, and it really wasn't that. So like. I feel like in that regard, they could have did a better job. Because like for us that we follow it, or we know we saw like the, what is it called? Like this plan of like phase 1, 2.
Phases and stuff like that, yeah.
We knew about it for like a year, 2 years now that like he was getting a movie and like.
And everything like that, yeah.
But which is awesome. And I read this, I don't know if it's 100% true, and it was very clear. I don't know if you can tell from the trailer too, if you've seen it, that like, I heard that Jackie Chan's like, fight choreographer worked on this movie, and it's so obvious, and I loved it. It was so Rush Hour. It was so Jackie Chan fighting. I loved it.
Where he just kind of incorporates whatever's around him.
It's all prop fighting. So like he had it in the trailer. He had his jacket on, and he like used it for like to tie them up, and like, and I was watching like yo, and like from what I saw, I don't know if it was like they did a good job at hiding it, but it looks like he did all his stunts.
Did okay.
So he was on the bus and it was always him. And it was a lot of long shots. So you could tell it was him doing a lot of it. Like he was on the bus, like swinging around the bars and like hanging off the glass and using the, like, at one point they grabbed him and he used the jacket to like get loose and like wrap them up and like just doing all that shit.
I was like an actor just like that. I would love to do my stunts. Like obviously I don't want nothing too extreme, but it's cool to do your stunts, you know, just to see how it would be like, because it's like you're in full effect mode. It's not like, all right, call in the stunt.
Yeah.
And then Bull just comes in and does the thing, you know, for him. But hey, man, that's the new generation. That's Jackie Chan right there.
Yeah, that's fire. And it's dope how he got into that role though too. Like it was kind of just like so one only like I don't know if you know this show, but it's on Netflix. It's called Mr. Kim's Convenience. And it's
I saw it. I've heard
it's like comedy, like
sitcoms,
sitcom type thing where like Asian family owns like the corner store and like it's all about
I remember
that
I saw
stuff.
the trailer for that.
So he's the older brother in that.
Wow.
And that was like kind of like the only bigger role that I knew him from.
Wow, that's great.
But like I remember like 2 years ago he tweeted out like, oh, like Marvel, if you make a Shang-Chi, like hit me up. And then that was basically it. Like I guess from there he just got it. But
that's
like he got ripped for the movie and like
it's crazy to think that like, you know, he was trying to like predict, you know, that they
put it out there.
Because I can only imagine they probably didn't even like bring out the map out to say that they were going to make that movie. So the fact that he tweeted that out before they even probably did that, and then they say they're going to do that, and it's just like, oh yeah, so hey, we heard
that from him. And they did a very good job of casting like, because one, the fact that he got the lead role and like not somebody else, even though I'm not really sure who would have taken it, because you know they usually stick to like big name people.
I could think of maybe a couple or maybe like one or two that probably would. If I'm being honest. There's like, that one guy that was in, remember Bad Boys, obviously the newer one?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Okay, well there's an Asian guy in there. He's pretty like, he's been in a lot of kind of movies before, and I've seen him. I would think probably either him, or I don't know.
And then we got
somebody.
The guy doing Cowboy Bebop I guess is busy, so he couldn't take that. That was another person possibly.
I just couldn't see him because I feel like he's definitely more of a comedy person.
Yeah. But
not as serious.
I'm just happy that they didn't take like some superstar person and they kind of gave somebody, even though he
probably don't even put somebody who's Asian, just maybe like kind of looks Asian,
like
a little bit colored, and you're like, oh yeah, he's like.
But they fully leaned into like everybody's just like full on like, you know, Asian people and Asian actors that not necessarily like superstars, but like people that would represent well. So they picked like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Crazy Rich Asians, but it was like a big deal.
So I'm not gonna lie, I never watched it. I watched parts of it. I know my mom and my brother had watched it. They were like,
and it was a big deal. Like a lot of people, and like they picked a couple from there. So like Aquafina, who was like a big, I believe she was like, no, she's the lead woman. Like she's like the love interest, but I don't remember where she got her start. I don't know if it was from being a rapper or from like YouTube type stuff, or kind of like a mix of both. But that's where she came from, and she went from like that to like Crazy Rich Asians, and like now I guess she got a freaking like to get in a Marvel movie now is a bigger deal than it used to be. Like it's like
when they were starting up all those movies, I thought to my like you're about to say like it was like it's whatever. But when I was thinking about it then, I was like, bro, I think it would be so tough. Like the idea for people to turn it down or to be like, no, I don't care, is like insane to think that you would want to turn it down, because I just think of it like this, like like you're getting like kids, like young kids who love superheroes, like. Bro, when they think of that superhero, they're gonna see your face, like, and I would
be the first one.
Exactly, like I would love to be a superhero and be like, like in a movie, and they're just like, oh yeah, if I walk around, like, oh that's that superhero, like that's so tough to think of, like Chris Evans, freaking Robert Downey Jr. Like they see Robert Downey Jr. like that's Iron Man. Like, no matter what, throughout your life, you're just known as Iron Man now. Like that's so tough. Like, so yeah. Like you said, it's right now to be in like a Marvel movie. I would think
you want to be there.
The best opportunity, honestly.
But like back then, like Iron Man days, it was kind of like that. Like a lot of people think that like that movie kind of brought Robert Downey Jr. back, like having that opportunity. Yeah. And now it's like that went from being it's giving. I don't know. Now it's just like I said, it's the role to like if you get to be a part of the Marvel universe, you're good. Like you're gonna get paid. You're gonna be in a couple of movies.
Not even have to be mainly the main one. You could just be kind of like the side, because you think of like Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, obviously like Chris Pratt is like, Star-Lord. He's the main one, but then you got all the other ones like Batista and,
Yeah, he got his own shit too with Jason Momoa coming out. And like, what's another, the guy from Atlanta, from the show Childish Gambino, like the brother, whoever it is, he's like in the Eternals.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just
That's
like,
what I was
bro,
going to bring up, too. The Eternals looks like it's going to be so dope.
There was a trailer in the movie when we were waiting for it to start.
Yeah, I remember I saw a trailer like on Twitter and watched it, bro. That thing looks so dope. And my girl Angelina Jolie's in it. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's so random because we haven't heard from you in so long, but...
She knows how to pick her scripts. Like, she knows, like, which movies to come back out for,
Yeah, so I was like, bro, that's what's up. Again, like... a movie and a type of like character, like it's not even like a big name superhero or anything like that. Like hearing stuff like the Eternals is only something that people, if they read the comic book, will know. Yeah. But now bringing it to life to like a real action, live action type of thing, to have that type of role, and then down the future, hopefully it's really good. People will remember you and you're like, oh, like that. And you have kids looking up to you and all that stuff. Like that's just so awesome. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. For Shang-Chi, it was like, the action was good. It was funny. Like, the funny points were actually funny. There's some, like, little good teasers in there from other, like, little, like, hints or, like, Easter eggs from other movies. It was like, oh, like, that's dope.
References and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then where it ends off at, like, it's cool, too, because, like, it tells you how important it is leading into, like, the other movies that are rumored to come out soon.
I can't wait, yeah. I'm hoping it's really good. And I really can't wait for freaking Spider-Man, because that trailer came out for that, so that's going to be tough.
I don't get how...
My man's, again, what is it? Ozzy Osbourne. What's his name?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Not Ozzy Osbourne, but it's... Well, Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
They just call him Dr. or something
Dr. Ock.
His, like, real last name, I just can't remember, like, Osborne or something like that. Or no, that's, I think that's, like, Green Goblin, honestly. I don't remember. The Osborns. Yeah, I think that's Green Goblin.
But what amazes me is, like, the fact that we're, like, 10 years in to these Marvel, like, basically they've been around for like almost a decade or even more.
Yeah, it was like 11 years from like Iron Man 1.
Yeah, so like the fact that that's been going on for almost over 10 years and people still leave before the credits.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I was in the theater, I'm like, where the fuck are y'all going? The movie's not done. It's not. I'm like, where are y'all going?
It's not.
The best part is coming up.
Exactly, because it's gonna want you to come back for the next like movie that comes out. Like, come on. But no, yeah, freaking, it was like even now today, like if I ever watch like some of the other ones that are already out, like I've already watched, like now I've already seen them and I know them, but there was like maybe like one or two movies that I like didn't even know had an even after credit part, and I was like, oh shit, it's nothing probably too important, but it's just crazy to think that like I didn't even know that was a thing. Meanwhile, I probably left after the first like end credit one, and there was like a whole nother John, so it's like you just don't even be knowing sometimes. And it's just cool. Like, it's like something like little, like something fun to give you at the end. Like, yo, like, okay, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed the movie. Here's something else just in case you want to see it. And some people are just like, nah, bro, I just want to get to my car.
Crazy. It's like, it's not like a baseball game where it's like, all right, let me beat traffic. Like, nah.
No, I'm pretty sure the movies run so that not every movie gets out at the same time. Yeah. You got to get to the car. I'm pretty sure you're going to be fine. Don't worry. It's a movie theater too.
I guess people just don't care that much, like, so they just want to
probably the more casual ones.
Yeah, like they just like wanted to see a movie on a Saturday night. And
hey man, watch something else then.
Yeah,
I watched Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
It was the G.I. Joe one.
Okay,
it was alright.
Yeah, I would imagine
it was alright. It wasn't anything too crazy. The issue is that I think it told like kind of a different story than how they told it in the G.I. Joe movies, with like how Snake Eyes came about and. Obviously, Shadow Storm. I'm thinking that's the one that's way.
Something like that.
Yeah, and like their like relationship kind of and how it went. Yeah, so it was it's kind of interesting. I thought it was pretty cool, like and everything and all, but like I feel like I could just did a tad bit more. But I think it was good overall. You know, I think there's gonna be another one, obviously, and all that shit like that. But yeah, it's really like what really interested me after watching it was just the fact that I was like, bro, I totally forgot that there was like a whole G.I. Joe like movie type, you know, like universe, yeah, and freaking Channing Tatum was in that. And I was like, yo, I totally forgot about all that shit. And I think that's when The Rock actually started doing a little bit more of like movies too, like when that time came. So yeah, that was a pretty good set of movies. But yeah, that's what I watched like a while ago. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that Shang-Chi is actually good.
Yeah.
I heard as soon as after like the week after like it came out, or maybe a couple days after that, everybody was loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's good, because I was really hoping not to hear anything bad, because, you know, that would have been very bad disappointment.
You know what movie I wasn't a fan of? Captain Marvel.
No. You know what's funny? I actually enjoy it, but I enjoy it because I know there's nothing too crazy about it. I'm not looking for anything exciting. I'm not looking for anything like, oh my God, like, I knew before watching it, it was just going to be an origin story as far as where she came from, but it had nothing to do with the future part of it, really. So when I watched it, I was thinking it's cool. The reason why I liked it a little bit more is just because, obviously, I saw a little bit more of younger Nick Fury.
Yeah, all that stuff was cool. I enjoyed, what threw me off about it was like the forced sarcasm that I feel like is going on there. Like, I feel like they're trying like really hard to make another another Robert Downey Jr. like Iron Man, where it's just like asshole comments, which is like, I get it, like cool, but it felt like some of the jokes felt so forced. Whereas like, this is not the time to be an asshole. I
liked more of the like the alien, like the main bull, because he was just like, it was just random as shit. Like, you know, like the regular, like the what do they call it, the scrolls?
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual like main guy, the general, I guess we call whoever he was trying to just like get her to help him. Like, and that shit, he was pretty funny in the movie, because then they started asking him if they can shapeshift. And he was like, oh yeah, you shapeshift into a filing cabinet? He's like, why would I? He's like, how about like a Venus flytrap? He was like, I'll give you $5 right now. He's like, what? Like, it was pretty funny for some parts. But yeah, like, I knew watching it wasn't going to be anything too crazy. Like, I don't care for it either, but I do like just, you know, it's something that's just a small little thing you want to watch if you're kind of interested. So.
Why? God.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that sound means.
Right.
It's time to wrap it up. But yeah, I mean, at least it seems like they got a lot lined up, and like they're gonna have us in a chokehold for like another year or 2 years or so. So what can you do?
I'll be here waiting for it. That's all, honestly.
Yeah. I was like, it's on Disney Plus, but it's not. So I was like, it's probably a little bit of time in theater. So I went to go watch it in theater. It was nice. It was like pretty empty, that's what kind of made me sad.
When I went to Snake Eyes, we had the whole theater to ourselves.
Yeah. I was just there like, you know what? This is nice. Like, I got the little recline chairs. We ate before we went in. Like, we just got a little food and I was stuffed, you know, just chilling, lay back and watch the movie. And it was a good movie. I was laughing the whole time. Good fighting, good story. Gonna be dope.
Nice.
But it's running out of time. Mark, where can they find you?
Find me Instagram, etc Marky Mark, Twitter, Marky Mark. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking of something else. Yeah, Marky Mark. Follow me there. Victor, where can they find you? And etc.
Find me on all platforms at ETC Victor. So Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, anything that you use, I'll be on it. Same thing for etc. At real etc. RELETCETERA. The email is real.etc@gmail.com. So if you want to collab, do anything, ask or suggest anything, you can hit us up there or on any of our platforms, because we're active on those too. Like I said, go check out The Clash. We were just on their podcast this week. So whenever they release that, we'll have it linked for you guys to go watch. Go give them a follow, subscribe, comment, show love, be nice. The same way that you could do the same on the episode that they were on with us. Be nice. Tell them what's up. Tell them they did a good job. Follow them, subscribe. And, you know, we're just trying to grow out here. So be supportive.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we're all done here. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.